Okay, right. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to run through the second and third of the questions that you get to actually prep in your prep time, and give you a little bit of a technique, hopefully, for how to set them out, how to come out with a nice answer for them. So we're looking at these two. We've got the other video, haven't we, for how to do the KI in La Photo. So this is to do with question 2 and question 3. Now, there's not necessarily going to be that much in common between the questions, but there is a way in which you can do the same thing to start yourself off on every question. So let's have a look at this first one. It says, ¿Cómo sería tu boda ideal? So I realize some of you might not remember that boda is marriage. So what would your ideal wedding? What would your ideal wedding be like? Okay, so even if you didn't know, if you couldn't remember what boda was, you need to think about something where you could say, what would your ideal blah be like? So this is what I'm going to suggest that you do. Look at the question and work out what it is about that question that means it's about you. Well, it's two. And you don't want to say about you want to say about me. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the bullet point, and the first thing you're going to do is change it so it's about me. And you're going to go, ¿cómo sería mi boda ideal? Okay, turn that around at me. Then for the second one, you're going to comment on the question. And you're going to say, es una pregunta. And for this one, we'll use interesante, and we'll have a look at some other adjectives when we're doing some of the other cards. So es una pregunta. Sorry, not a question. Es una pregunta interesante. So it's an interesting question. Fine. Okay, then you're going to aim to say three things that fit with what you've got. So you know that it says sería, so we're in conditional. We want lots of ias. So first of all, sería fantástico. It would be amazing. Okay, there's your first thing. Comería, I would eat. Again, this ia. Mucho. And bailaría, I would dance. Bailaría toda la noche. Okay, but anything that goes with this ia, there's your third thing. But you could have comería, bebería. I don't know, mucho vino. I don't care, mucha Coca-Cola. Remember, it's all about getting the language in. Bebería, escucharía. Mucha música, escucharía música. Okay, all of those will get you the points. So this is what we're doing. We're taking the bullet point, we're turning it around, we're commenting on the questions, and we're giving three pieces of information. Right, second one. Let's see if we can do the same with this. It says, ¿Con quién te llevas mejor en tu familia? Right, first thing, grab your highlighter. What is it about that makes it about you? Well, it's te, it's the eas on llevas, and it's the tu familia, isn't it? So if we go, ¿con quién me llevo instead of llevas mejor en mi familia? So first of all, turn it back at me. You go, ¿con quién me llevo mejor en mi familia? So what kind of question might this be? So it can be es una pregunta. And this is going to be a pregunta importante, I think. Okay, and don't forget for this one as well, we've got to get a Y in. So let's have a look. Now you're looking for your three things that you can say. Well, use the prompt. ¿Con quién me llevo mejor en mi familia? So, me llevo mejor con, let's imagine you get on super wide with your bro, mi hermano. Lovely. Okay, so that's your first thing, number one. And we know we need to say why. So, porque es muy divertido, because your brother's real fun. Okay, there's your second thing, and it would be nice if you can remember how to say we do something there. So, jugamos al fútbol, but it could be anything with that amos in, couldn't it? Jugamos al fútbol, escuchamos música, vemos películas. Okay, well done. So, done the same thing for both of those. Let's go see if it works on the next card. So let's see what we've got. Right, this is the one where we've said that it might be an orchestra or perhaps a music class, isn't it? So we're looking again. Here we go. Questions 2 and 3. So, number 2 says, ¿Qué piensas de la idea de escuchar música cuando estudias? Right, highlighter, what makes this about you? Well, let's have a look. ¿Piensas de la idea de escuchar música cuando estudias? So what do you think about it when you study? So, remember, take that bullet point, turn it back at me, and go, oh, ¿qué pienso de la idea de escuchar? Probably didn't need to write all this out, never mind. Música cuando estudio. Right, what kind of question is it? Es una pregunta. I think we're going to make this a weird question. Es una pregunta rara. Oh, that's a weird question. So remember, you've got to give your opinion, que piensas, and you've got to say why. So here we go, 3 things. Pienso que es why. I think that it's cool. That is your first thing. Porque es más interesante. Because it is more interesting. Y me encanta la música. And I love music. Always nice to finish it up with one of those, and my opinion is. And a good one for this one, I'm just going to give you this as well. Being quite nice. You've got the word relajando in. That's a nice one. It's relaxing. Okay, so you've turned the bullet point. You've said what kind of question it is. You've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of information. All right, can we do with the next one? Let's have a look. ¿Qué actividad nueva te gustaría hacer en el futuro? Well, the only thing in this that's making it about you is this te. So you're going to take that and you're going to make it may, and you're going to go, oh, ¿qué actividad nueva me gustaría hacer en el futuro? Ooh, I reckon that is going to be a difficult question. So we're going to go, es una pregunta difícil. Okay, well, that's a difficult question. So 3 pieces of information. So something that you would like to do, a new activity you'd like to do in the future. So, me gustaría. Right, I would say something nice and easy. So, me gustaría jugar, keep it accurate, al baloncesto. Doesn't have to be something that you've never done before. So, me gustaría jugar al baloncesto y me gustaría, another verb, hacer el senderismo. We're going hiking, senderismo. And you could say, don't forget our porque. Porque, and we've used this before, sería fantástico. Okay, because it would be great. All right, and then that's your 3rd thing. So, me gustaría jugar, me gustaría hacer, and sería fantástico. You've turned the bullet point. You've said what kind of question it is. You've got 3 points. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, here we go. So, again, questions 2 and 3. Let's have a look. So, ¿es una buena idea tener que pagar las bolsas de plástico? Que pagar las bolsas de plástico en los supermercados, and por qué? Right, there's nothing that makes this about you. Is it a good idea to have to pay for plastic bags in the supermarket? Now, if somebody asks you, is it a good idea? You can either just literally parrot it back at me. Oh, is it a good idea too? That's a good question. Or you can stick a C on it in front because you're going to go, whether it's a good idea or if it's a good idea to do this. If it's a good idea to pay for plastic bags in a supermarket, that's an interesting question. So you can put the C on if you feel comfortable, but you don't have to. And then you would go, number 2, es una pregunta. All right, this is a really important one. Muy importante. Es una pregunta muy importante. Right, so now you go into your 3 pieces of information. So, use it straight from this look. I would say, es una buena idea tener que pagar por las bolsas de plástico en los supermercados. So you've said it's a good idea. ¿Por qué? Why? Now, I would suggest that because you've lifted that first part, don't count that as one of your three. Go for everything that's new, that's not literally lifted. These are fine. You know, when you turn them around, and if you had a te that went to a may or a tu that went to a me, or any verbs that change, that's fine. But this is literally lifted, so don't count that one. So go, porque es mejor para el medio ambiente, because it is better for the environment. There's one. But it can be expensive. Pero either it is, or if you remember to do it, puede ser, it can be caro. Okay, so either es or puede ser from the second one. And también odio el plástico. I hate plastic. Oh, I hate plastic. I've seen our recycling bin tonight. I hate it. It's too much of it about. So there you go. Parrot, in this case, we're pretty much parroting that back, either with the C or without, because there's nothing you can change. And is it a good idea? Oh, if it is a good idea to do this, it's a very important question, because then we did, it's better for the environment, but it is expensive, but it can be expensive. And then odio is your third piece of info. Okay, then we got, ¿qué cambios te gustaría ver mejorar para mejorar el transporte público en tu región? Right, we do have stuff that makes it about you this time. We've got te gustaría and tu región. So you're going to change it first of all and go, ¿qué cambios me gustaría ver para mejorar el transporte público en mi región? What kind of question might this be? What have we had? We've had interesante, importante, difícil. Let's make this one an easy one then. Es una pregunta fácil. It's an easy question. Right. They're asking you what you would like to see, and you've said, what I would like to see. So go with me gustaría. Me gustaría. Maybe you'd like more buses, más autobuses. También and you know what? Just for change, instead of me gustaría, me encantaría. Más trenes. I'd love more trains. Boom. That's suddenly two. Okay. So what else could we do? I'd like more buses. Also, I'd love more trains, and it's to do with improving your public transport. And then you could say sería. Dragging this old favourite out again. Conditional. Sería fantástico. It would be fantastic. All right. Right, I said I'd do 4, didn't I? Was 5, didn't I? That's number 3. Okay, so we've also got card M. Here we go. We're at the airport. So let's have a look. 2 and 3. ¿Cuáles son las ventajas de alojarte en un hotel? So what are the advantages of staying in a hotel? So remember, first thing, what are the advantages of staying in a hotel? We can't put if in front of this. So you've literally got to parrot this one. There's nothing you can do with that. What are the advantages of staying in a hotel? Tell me about the question. What type of question is it? Es una pregunta. Oh, this is easy. This is definitely, I've decided this is an easy question. 3 things. What are the advantages? So, you could start there. Las ventajas there, and you could change that te to me actually if you wanted to. Alojarme for me staying in a hotel. Or we could just say that, yeah, actually I would change that actually. If it was say, I'd say it was general, but no, change that to me. So, las ventajas de alojarme en un hotel. So, you could say, me gusta alojarme, okay, en un hotel porque es más cómodo. Okay, there's your first one. So you got me gusta alojarme. I like to stay. One, porque es más cómodo. Good. Pero, we've had this bit before, es más caro. And if you're thinking it's getting a bit samey there, I've used the same thing twice, you can say me encanta alojarme en un hotel con piscina. Okay? And then you've got a me encanta. You've got me gusta alojarme, es más. You've got two sentences, but you've used the same thing twice, so I can see why I wouldn't necessarily want to count that as three. And then I'd want to go me encanta alojarme. Remember that you've got an examiner marking this, and they are literally ticking off as you use different structures. Okay, ¿cuál sería el destino perfecto para tus vacaciones? What would be the ideal destination for tus vacaciones? Oops, checking stuff about. Well, that would become mis vacaciones. Oh, ¿cuál sería el destino perfecto para mis vacaciones? What can this be? That was an easy question, why we like hotels. Es una pregunta. Yeah, let's make this one difícil because you don't know where you want to go. You got to make your mind up. So let's go with, right, remember, sería, we know we're conditional, so it's all ears, isn't it? Iría a España. Comería. Comida. Comida, what am I doing there? Típica. Y visitaría los sitios de interés. And I would. So we've got iría, comería, visitaría. Three things. All right, and all conditional. All right, last one that I'll do with you, and then I'll let you have a go at the last four together. So this one was about our science lesson again, wasn't it? Here we go. En tu opinión, ¿es importante tener buenos profesores? Now remember that the one that we put the C started with S. Look, is it a good idea to have to pay for plastic bags in supermarkets? This one is it important to have good teachers? And you're saying, oh, if it's important to have good teachers, boom. So you can put C in front of that one as well if you want. Si es importante tener buenos profesores. Oh, yeah. Now that's what kind of question? Es una pregunta. What shall we have? Es una pregunta divertida. That's a funny question. Es una pregunta divertida. So you can lift that. Es importante tener buenos profesores. Lift it straight out. I know it looks like I've crossed it out. So you can say, es importante tener buenos profesores. And you know you've got to go por qué. So why? So por qué. You can say, it's easier to learn. So, for example, es más fácil aprender. Okay, it is easier to learn. You can say, puedes entender. I think that might be a new one on you though, that one. You can understand. You can say, es más divertido. At that point, to be fair, I know what I've just done there. Look, I've put divertida that and there and divertido there. So because I might want to use it there, I might take it off there and make that an important question instead, or an interesting question. Because then you've got, it is easier to learn, it is more fun. What shall we say? Is it important to have good teachers? Yes, because you can learn, it's more fun, and right, well, be nice. I was going to try and avoid this fella, but be nice if you could do a they form. Te ayudan, they help you. Yeah. So remember that every time you use they, you need that N on the end. So this is an ayudar, an AR verb. So you got ayudan. Y te ayudan. They help you. The other one we did was apoyar, wasn't it? To support you. So I apoyan if you wanted to. Yeah, same thing. They support you. Okay. Right. Puedes aprender más. You can use the puedes entender, puedes aprender. You can learn more. Giving you loads of options there, really. It's kind of what you feel comfortable with that one. Puedes aprender, puedes entender, te ayudan, te apoyan. You got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 you could choose from. Okay. Okay, and the last one, here we go. ¿Cómo serán los colegios en el futuro? All right, there's nothing you can do about this one because I've told you, the ones that start with comma, what, how will schools be like in the future? You've just got to parrot them. Oh, ¿cómo serán los colegios en el futuro? How will schools be in the future? Es una pregunta. I'm going to make that a weird question. Es una pregunta rara. That's a strange question. Creo que. I think they've given you the will be, serán, in the prompt. So creo que serán más modernos. I think they will be more modern. There's number 1. Remember, this one is future. They've literally given you en el futuro in the prompt. Tendrán más instalaciones. So they will have more instalaciones. Remember, is the word for facilities. Let's go. What should we have for our future? They're our third future. Let's have a think. You know what? Why don't we just go something nice and simple and go será fantástico. Okay, so instead of sería, it would be. We're going to go será. It will be fantastic. So there we go. There's your 1, 2, 3. All right. Hopefully you can see a nice format there. So you're changing your bullet point and you're chucking back at me. Then you're going to tell me what kind of question it is. What do you think of it? Is it a funny question, a strange question, an interesting question, an important question? Oh, the one that I didn't give you was a good question. The only thing that is different there is that instead of una pregunta divertida, una pregunta interesante, una pregunta fácil, una pregunta difícil, this is una buena pregunta. All right, so you need to put your buena in front. Okay, that buena goes in front of pregunta. All the others go after. And then you put your 3 things together and you base your 3 things on whatever tense you see in those prompts. Okay, so right, what you want to do now, look over those, make sure you're happy with what I've done. Work through the final 4 from 2019. Make sure you're absolutely happy with those. And then the next video that I'm going to do will be based on the 2 surprise questions. Look, these 2 more questions that you are going to be asked once these have all gone. All this can be prepped. So the fact that you've got to do this, then you've got to do this, then you've got to do your 3 things for each of those. Fine, do it in your prep, get it written down. You can take those notes, you can use them in the test. Okay, and then we'll look at how we can best give an answer to these extra questions, which are your surprise questions, which you don't know basically what they are until you actually come in. All right, so we'll stick that one in the next video. Right, well done, everybody.